What up?
We're back.
Here we are, and there you are. I'm Sunny D.
And I'm Captain J.
And we're the
Pot
pot smoking
moms.
moms. Hey, if you like the show, do us a solid. Go over and rate, subscribe, share, and be friends with us on all social medias. If you haven't gone to our YouTube page, I don't know what you're waiting for.
I know, you guys. Come to our YouTube. We are so close to finally making it to 1,000 subscribers. So please, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, get on there.
For real, get on the boat.
Come look at our beautiful faces while we read the news to you.
Look at the glare on my glasses. Please.
That she was just talking shit about.
Yes. Or listen to us. That's cool too. We got cool voices. You can just listen to us. But whatever you do, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, I would say even
if you don't want to watch on YouTube,
hit the little bell, hit the little alert.
The notification.
The notifications.
If you're following way too many people, you may not even see when we post if you don't have that turned on.
Exactly.
But even if you just listen to us, on your podcast platform, that's fine. Keep listening there. But support us and subscribing on YouTube too, just so that we can get our numbers up.
Yeah,
very helpful.
We also have a Patreon page.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, it's hard for creators to make money or to even pay for production costs. Mm-hmm. And part of that is our Patreon membership club. We have a really fun group. We talk all the time on Discord.
It's thanks to those ladies that this show comes to you every week. If it wasn't for them, we probably wouldn't still be doing this.
Yeah, hot, fresh, crispy episodes.
We have a great little community. And it's growing. We keep getting new patrons here and there. And it's a lot of fun. Speaking of our patrons, before we get let's first light up, and then we'll talk about our upcoming patron beach weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So first, let's do our smoke sash because I am ready to light up.
Yeah, talk a little bit about what we got. What we're burning here.
D over here packed us a cone of some delicious pineapple sap from our homies over at Flow Grown Genetics. Really excited to try this out. Girl.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
You almost set my couch on fire.
We got a fire us in the studio. Calling in the fire rescue.
You gotta roast it. There you go. There you go.
You got it.
I just want to make sure.
Oh, even
all the way around, so it's even.
You perfectionist, you. Pineapple sap from our buddies over at Flow Grown. Thank you guys.
Thank you
for providing us.
Amazing.
Oh my God,
they sent us very purple and beautiful.
Yeah, the bud looks beautiful. I mean, we were trying to figure out a way to show it to you, but we don't know how to make it look as good as it does in person.
So moving on to our catching up. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. We're without Jesse, okay? Yeah. So here we go. No, see.
Shay is driving this ship here. She's just clicking through all the banners.
Oh, it's this one.
Okay, it's that one.
All right, catching up is this one. So this weekend is going to be fun because we have a couple patrons coming into town, and we're going to do a beach meetup. So by the time that this episode airs, that'll have passed.
Right, which brings us to the point that you should be following us on Instagram.
Yep. You should be paying attention to our stories because I just posted about this meetup yesterday. I think it was yesterday or today. One of these days. All the days go together.
Checking our stories out. I'll subscribe to those stories as well.
We'll be at Hollywood Beach. So that's why you want to make sure you are following us on all the things. I'm excited. We're going to have Lolo here, Leslie here. Some of the other ladies are going to come out.
Yeah, right on the boardwalk. It's summertime, ready to get in the pool and the beach.
Yes, it's the start of the summer. Speaking of summer.
No jackets this time. I'm setting. No, I was like, you don't got to pack a jacket for this one.
Just sunscreen. So how about plans for the summer? Did you ever figure out what you're doing with the girls finally?
No, we're still hanging on to a wish and a dream because Everything is so expensive, and I keep
Yeah.
bitching about this shit because it's just there's no end to it. Um, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know. Guess we're just gonna have to make the tablets give them their summer vacation. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, we're still figuring that out. There's so much shit happening now. School's about to end.
Mm-hmm.
My kid's graduating VPK,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's birthday now. All my kids' birthdays now in the summer.
Yeah.
Like,
Both your
I
kids have
feel
their birthdays coming up. School's
overwhelmed.
ending. They're gonna be home all the time. My son just graduated 4th grade. Next year he'll be a 5th grader. The
Wow.
oldest kids in the school. He was telling me, I can't believe I'm gonna be a 5th grader. I remember starting in kindergarten and seeing them and thinking they looked so big. Those kids look so big.
He's gonna be a senior in elementary school,
He's a
basically.
elementary school senior. And my trip to Rome is about to come on. By
Oh,
the
that
time
how
this
many
episode
days are
airs,
you?
2 days later. But I leave June 14th.
I love how you do all the calculations of when this show airs versus how it's gonna be irrelevant.
Just so
what they're
because
talking
people
about.
already, I
now.
want them to kind of understand, when,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to Rome for my friend's wedding, my best friend's wedding, who sent me this dope ass stash box today
Yeah.
as a
Shit's pretty dope.
bridesmaid's gift, a maid of honor gift, I guess.
Heavy duty.
It's like a crazy ass, beautiful stash box with my name on the top. It's beautiful.
It's very nice. You can murder somebody.
And then
with
next
it.
year, I'm doing a wedding.
Sturdy.
I'm also maid of honor for my sister's wedding, the other Nicole in my
Oh,
life.
in Spain.
And she also gave me a weed themed
You're the weed
bridesmaid
lady.
box.
You're the weed. We're the weed ladies.
We're the weed people. We're the weed girls.
It's like,
I've had people save me in their contacts as my name 420, like my first name 420.
yeah.
Because I have a very common first
Well,
name.
yeah, exactly. And like you gotta distinguish which
instead
one.
of putting in my last name, they're like 420.
Yeah. That's an honor to
It
be
is.
a 420 contact on your phone, on someone's phone.
People I haven't talked to for a while will wish me a happy 420 every year. Because they
Really?
think of me on the 420.
Really? And
Yes.
do random numbers hit you up and you're like,
No, not random
okay.
numbers. They're friends of mine, but I haven't maybe talked to them in a couple of months. But they'll be sure to tell me happy
Oh my
420.
god. Do you not have that one random person that just every holiday is the phone number shows up and like Happy Mother's Day or Merry Christmas, and you're just like,
Who is
Merry
this?
Christmas, because you don't want to be rude, but also there's no name attached to it, so you're just like,
And you ask your husband if he has the contact, and
oh, I haven't asked him.
you've never. That's the
I
first thing
should
I do. I was
I
like,
should
"Can you check
just-
your phone for this
yeah,
number?
I
Because
should
I don't
check
have."
it
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, I don't know.
So you were recently in Orlando.
Yeah, I
What'd you
went
guys
with some
do out
family.
there?
We just went to go hang out.
You know what's crazy? You
With
were up there at
family.
the same time that the Yitzi and her family were for Apollo's birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought you guys were maybe going together when you told me you were going to Orlando.
That's crazy. That would happen though. That would happen. Yeah, we went out there. We were just hanging low. We didn't want to spend too much money, or the parks are crazy expensive. It was fucking nasty hot.
Yeah.
So we kind of hang local. We did the picture thing where we go to Orlando's Portrait Gallery and we dress up at the do old timey photos. My kid picked the pirate theme, so we did pirate. It's fun. I love doing that. It's so much fun with the girls. Um, and then we got to get a
Yeah, because you
night.
guys have. This is the first time you done pirates. You usually do like
We
Western,
do like
Old West,
yeah, like
Old West.
Victorian.
Oh, Victorian.
Yeah, I was calling it valedictorian and feeling real stupid because I was like, yeah, the valedictorian pictures, and everybody was like, I was like, wait a minute, that's not the right word. And Robert's laughing. He's like, Victorian, and I'm like, yeah,
Victorian age, like
yeah. He wanted to do steampunk, and
The
I was
Gilded
like,
Age.
we really wanted to do steampunk this time, but Sloan wanted
is cool.
pirates. Next time we'll do steampunk. It's so much fun. They put you in all the gear, and all the guys are all made up and everything, and it looks fucking
I would
dope.
say show the picture, but it has all your kids in it. I don't know if you want to show it. We'll put it in the patron version.
Yeah, probably. It is such a cute photo though.
It is. It's super cute.
And we do that's like a traditional thing. I love going to this place and spending because we don't really do family portraits very often. So I don't
So
know.
might as well do it in a old crazy
Right.
theme
Yeah, it's
because it's
fun.
fun. That makes the kids want to do it because you know how kids are sometimes like about well taking pictures and shit.
Yeah, they gave the girls swords.
Oh,
We all had swords. It was cool. And jewels, I was like, oh, we get the treasure and swords. Yeah, fucking let's do pirates. It's awesome. Um, but yeah, and
do you know what you're doing for their birthdays yet?
no, not yet. I want to do a like a glow party,
Oh yeah, you said you wanted
like
to
a
do a kid
rave, a
rave.
kitty
That's right, a
rave.
kiddie rave.
Oh, and then we did look, and then one of the nights we were out in Orlando, we did hot pot Korean barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, the best ever. They have it was really nice and clean, and then they had the little conveyor belt to bring out like the noodles and the vegetables to put in your pot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's like, adult dinner. We got to go and have like dinner we would not normally have with children. I would not let them cook soup at a table. Fucking you kidding me? Anybody who brings their kid to hot
It's a
pot.
Montessori class to make them cook their own dinner.
Yeah, right. Third degree birds and shit. Don't take your kid to hot pot unless he's down with the culture and like you have him trained to do hot pot. But I wouldn't take my kids to hot pot. I was in heaven though.
Oh,
You
see,
can grill your.
Amber.
I know we're just over here starting fires. You can grill your own meat at the table.
Nice.
They had like shrimp. They had oh my god, they had this garlic shrimp that was so delicious. We were hitting that shit up, and it's just fun and tasty.
Well, we this is the first year where we haven't done an Orlando trip for the patron trip. We went to Colorado this year instead.
Yeah,
So maybe we'll go back again next year. Unless I don't know, it was nice
or
to do something
Tampa or
different.
something.
It was
Yeah.
nice to do something different.
Yeah, yeah. It was Denver was, and it was just naturally, right? It would be Denver
Yeah.
for 420, nonetheless.
We're talking about how we need to do Amsterdam.
You know what? I was saying that I was sending my husband videos because it's also very family friendly, and they have like a really cool theme park out there. Have you seen the theme park out in Amsterdam?
No. I
It's
only
really
went there
cool.
to smoke weed.
It's cheaper than it's also cheaper than Disney, and it's pretty cool.
Well, Disney's even cheaper over there. Like, actually, I want to go to Japan and go to Disney
Oh, I
Sea.
want to go to Japan so bad. I'm good. I'm gonna lay low.
All right.
No, I'm lying. Let's finish it.
I'm lying.
'Cause
Well,
I'm
I
like,
think we're
what?
ready to move on into our first segment. Unless you have any other
We got
updates.
some news nugs. You want some news nugs?
I'm ready for some news.
I want some news nugs. News nugs,
where we get high and read the news to you. Oh man, Jesse's gonna laugh.
I wish we can get a zoom in when that happens.
They're gonna
that
laugh their
part.
ass off at us. Fucking catching up. All right, so let's get right into it because we got a few stories this week. We
got a few stories.
We
for
couldn't
ya.
pick, so there's a few. All right, the
There's
first
a
one.
few. There is a few.
The first one, 2024 Farm Bill Amendment would ban hemp-derived THC products. This is crazy that
So
they're
this
trying to
isn't
roll
even-
back. They're trying to roll back shit.
But this isn't even just here. This
No,
is
federal.
everywhere.
At the federal level.
Yes.
On the Farm Bill Amendment itself, they want to ban these hemp-derived products have become very popular and widespread.
So is this like a trickle down from the True Leaf sponsored bill here?
No, I just feel like they've seen all these states taking it upon themselves to pass stuff, and I think they didn't, when they wrote the bill, they did not realize at all the way that they could get around and all that these hemp derived products would come out and all that. So I wonder if this includes THCA. We'll see. So the recent amendment proposed by Rep. Mary Miller seeks to close the loophole which allows the sale of intoxicating hemp-based products such as Delta 8 THC. The U.S. House Committee on Agriculture recently released a 942-page draft of the 2024 Farm Bill, also called the Farm Food and National Security Act of 2024. On May 17th, currently, the bill is projected to cost 1.5 trillion over a 10-year period. During a Farm Bill hearing on May 23rd, the committee passed a group of amendments in block, one of which would essentially prohibit all hemp-derived products. In its current form, the amendment would implement a ban on all ingestible hemp products with any level of THC. It would also redefine hemp to only include naturally occurring, naturally derived, and non intoxicating cannabinoids, and remove cannabinoids synthesized or manufactured outside of the plant from the definition of legal hemp. The amendment was proposed by Illinois Rep. Mary Miller. My amendment will close the loophole created in the 2018 Farm Bill that allows intoxicating hemp products. I don't know why I'm imagining like I'm imagining like Professor Umbridge, you know. My amendment will close the loophole created in the 2018 Farm Bill that allows intoxicating hemp products like Delta 8 to be sold, Miller said on May 23rd. These products are being marketed to children. I don't know about that. Come on. And sending hundreds of them to the hospital. We must stop teenagers and young children from being exposed to addictive and harmful drugs.
Well, I mean, there are some packaging that's like close to like Sour Patch Kids and things that can be mistaken for.
I feel like that's in the legacy market, not these hemp derived
Well,
products
also
that you're
some of the
seeing.
Delta
And
8 stuff, because essentially those don't really have.
I've never seen any of those products like for kids, but they are like bright colors and like
gummies.
gummies.
Some representatives expressed support for Miller's amendment, but requested more information. They were like, "Excuse me, we need to hear more." Tennessee Rep. John Rose explained that more clarification is necessary to separate the intentional and unintentional products in the 2018 hemp definition. Virginia Rep. Abigail Spanberger added that she only seeks to make changes that would benefit farmers in her state. Greater clarity is incredibly important, and particularly for fiber hemp producers. This amendment would make clear to the valuable work that they do and make clear the viability of their products, Spanberger added. However, many more legislators opposed the amendment, such as Indiana Rep. Jim Baird. He argued that since the 2018 Farm Bill was passed, many farmers have invested everything they had into farm businesses. American farmers deserve the certainty afforded with the current definition of hemp. The proposed amendment arbitrarily changes the current congressionally written definition of hemp, Baird said. While Miller's amendment is an attempt to protect children, Republican Derek Van Orden argued that many Americans have embraced their hemp businesses as their livelihood in order to care for their families. American farmers deserve the certainty afforded with the current definition of hemp, said Van Orden. Hee, said Van Orden. The proposed amendment arbitrarily changes the current congressionally written definition. My God, okay, we get him, guys. We get it, okay? Writer, Indiana Rep. Zach Nunn also echoed his opinion, stating that he wants to work with his colleagues to protect kids from drugs. But the amendment goes too far by banning hemp grain and fiber industries.
Why would it be banning those things? Many hemp organizations, such as the independent nonprofit U.S. Hemp Roundtable, immediately released statements regarding the news. We had been assured on several occasions by committee staff and the chairman personally that they would not support any effort to kill the hemp industry. The organization wrote about the en bloc amendment passage, but unfortunately, the decision was made by the chairman to use a procedural tactic to avoid a separate vote on the issue, and that resulted in passage of a deeply flawed and deeply objectionable policy. The Farm Bill and its amendments have been sent to the House floor for discussion, but the U.S. Hemp remains confident that it won't pass. Even if the House should pass the Farm Bill, the differences between House Republicans and Senate Democrats are considerable at this point, the organization continued. And even if the major issues dividing the parties are resolved, We continue to have many friends in both branches on both sides of the aisle who will work with us to defeat this hemp killing language. Indigenous Cannabis Industry Association founder Rob Perro, also called Bad River, also published a statement expressing concern, especially for the unknown effects such an amendment would have on CBD products. This would not only impact potentially impairing products like Delta 8, but also extend to non intoxicating CBD products with any quantifiable amount of THC. Peril stated, such as a broad prohibition would effectively eliminate 90 to 95% of hemp product market. Wow. Jeopardizing the livelihoods of countless farmers, entrepreneurs, and indigenous communities relying on the hemp industry for economic sustainability. The National Cannabis Industry Association expressed its recommendations on how to best regulate intoxicating hemp products as according to its paper, Navigating the Future of Cannabinoid Regulation. This includes regulating intoxicating THC hemp products in the same manner as cannabis or alcohol, increasing the THC percentage allowance in hemp products to 1% or up from the 0.3%, and creating reasonable THC content limits per serving. Congress has the opportunity to protect public health and small businesses by enacting sensible regulations for cannabinoid products, said NCIA CEO Aaron Smith. Wow.
Yeah.
So
So
they don't think
the
it's going to
cancer has
pass.
yeah.
They said they don't think it's going to pass, but
But that doesn't mean they're gonna stop trying. They're gonna. That's just I thought it was interesting that it started here and then like now it's like a whole thing. It's federal.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's huge. It's like it's gotten to that level. I think it's the cannabis, maybe is it the cannabis industry trying to kill it because it's cutting into
It's
their
I don't know. It's a
like the medical cannabis, like who's trying to like who's lobbying for it at that level? I'm wondering if it's the same players as in the States. So, our next story is about Jelly Roll. I don't know this. I've seen this musician before.
I don't even know what song he's
I
country
don't know
music.
one of his songs at all. I just know he's a
I see him
country,
around a lot.
and I've seen like people like, oh, I went to the Jelly Belly,
Jelly Belly. Sponsored by Jelly
Sorry,
Belly.
I went to the Jelly Roll show, blah blah blah, and everybody's like talking about singing his praises. People that like country music. I don't listen to country music, so I'm not familiar. But
Yeah.
I saw this headline and I thought it was a good story because we've talked to so many people on our show about how cannabis helps people stay sober. And it's like,
Yeah.
is cannabis really being sober? And I think it is. If you're solely using cannabis, it is pretty sober. Like, yeah, you are impaired, but if you're not drinking, you're not using other drugs, it's keeping you sober. It's keeping you off like things that are.
Yeah, alcohol is way like we always talk about how it's not even comparable with one another. I feel like
And
alcohol.
just hard drugs in general, it keeps people
Yeah.
off very hard drugs. Like if
Yeah,
it's
people
helping
have come
people
off of
stay
hard
off of it.
drugs,
Exactly.
right?
And apparently it's helped Jelly Roll do the same.
Yeah, hey man,
And
that's
he's speaking on
fantastic.
it on a big, like he's very popular right now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's a good that he's
So,
speaking on it.
oh look, so it says he opened up about how his pot has kept him off of hard drugs like opioids and Xanax. In an interview with Taste of Country published on May 24, Grammy Award nominated country artist Jason Jelly Roll DeFord said that he smokes weed to stay away from hard drugs that he's used in the past, namely opioids and benzodiazepines. Given his past as an addict and his role in speaking against the use of fentanyl sweeping the country, the interview quickly shifted on the topic of drugs. But Jelly Roll doesn't see weed the same way as hard drugs, which can tear families apart and lead to deadly overdoses. I get in trouble for this all the time, but my stance on marijuana will always be the same. I believe marijuana has helped me in so many regards with my anxiety, Jelly Roll told Taste of Country. This is a hot button topic, but truly marijuana has kept me sober.
Nice.
The country superstar paused for a moment, then added, I think a world without weed, Jelly Roll's drinking codeine and popping Xanax and snorting cocaine again. Oh, I'm reading your part.
It's
But
okay.
a world with weed, I'll be all right.
That's
Jelly,
a lot of drugs.
I know that I was just kind of going like, whoa, that's, yeah, well, I mean, it's good to hear that he's not doing all that stuff anymore.
Jelly Roll abandoned hip hop. This is interesting. I did not know this at all. Jelly Roll abandoned hip hop for a career in country, which turned out to be a wise and lucrative decision. Jelly Roll's album Wissit Chapel, Witsit Chapel hit number 1 on the Billboard Top Rock Albums chart and number 2 on the Billboard Top Country Albums in 2023. In November 2023, he won the award for the New Artist of the Year at the 57th Annual Country Music Awards. He won 3 CMT awards and several other accolades. TMZ reports that Jelly Roll has been a huge voice against fentanyl use and an example for people dealing with drug addiction. Last January, he appeared in front of Congress to back anti fentanyl legislation called the Fentanyl Eradication and Narcotics Deterrence Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
Jelly Roll gave an opening statement at a Senate Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs Committee hearing about fentanyl awareness and legislative solutions to stop illegal smuggling of fentanyl. Fentanyl transcends partisanship and ideology. This is a totally different problem. He started the hearing within a speech that was described as many as powerful. The sad news is that the narrative is changing too because the statistics say that in all likelihood, almost every person in this room has lost a friend, family member, of colleague to the disease known as addiction. The Ford told the committee chaired by Cleveland Democrat Sherrod Brown. I could sit here and cry for days about the caskets I've carried of people I love dearly. His message about fentanyl and hard drug use and the potential of replacing them with less dangerous substances such as pot has made a lasting impact.
So now it goes into cannabis
Mm.
for addiction, which we've talked to a lot of people how
Yeah.
it's helped them come off
Olga
addictions they've
says
had.
one of the latest ones.
Yeah, she talked about a patient she's had. We've had actual people that we know that came off drugs, like Canna Shay talked about it. Um, the Canna hairstylist, a lot of
Yeah.
people we've had on the show. So
The veteran.
yeah, the veteran, exactly. So, cannabis has been explored for its potential role in fighting addiction of hard drugs. Some studies have focused on CBD for treating addiction disorders, some of which are caused by compulsive cravings, while others focused on THC as well. While many studies have focused on cannabis to curb opioid use, with some looking more broadly at stimulants, new research suggests that it could prove useful for those with crack use disorder. CUD, they call it CUD. In fact, the popular non-psychoactive CBD, a cannabinol, I can never say cannabinol, seems to be the key element. Oh, okay. So CBD specifically. The study published recently in the International Journal of Mental Health and Addiction utilized a double-blind randomized clinical trial comparing CBD to 3 drugs commonly used to treat CUD: fluoxetine, valproic acid, and clonazepam. PIM. Authors represent a number of Brazilian academic and other official institutions comprising various departments at the University of Brasilia, the Brazilian Federal District Secretary of Health, and Forensic Institute of the Federal University of Paulo. The research ultimately found that participants who took CBD had better health outcomes and fewer adverse effects compared to those who underwent traditional pharmaceutical options.
In another study published in the journal Addictive Behaviors, researchers found that cannabis is not only widely used to manage stimulant cravings, but that it may be an effective strategy to reduce stimulant use. To further analyze how cannabis use may affect people using stimulant drugs, researchers collected data from 3 cohorts in Vancouver, Canada. The At Risk Youth Study, ARYS, the Vancouver Injection Drug User Study, VIDUS, and the AIDS Care cohort to evaluate exposure to survival services access. Researchers used a cross sectional questionnaire alongside logistic regression models to analyze the relationship between cannabis use to manage stimulant cravings, as well as self reported changes in the frequency of stimulant use. Many others say cannabis replaced their daily alcohol use.
Mm-hmm.
These studies seem to back up some of the claims about cannabis and sobriety. Jelly Roll, like country outlaw Willie Nelson, are helping to spread the good word on cannabis to the country music world.
into the world in a whole, going to speak to freaking Congress about it. That's great. And really, that's why I was never into alcohol. I just always preferred cannabis. Everybody's like,
I did drink a lot
I would drink
back in
on
the day.
occasion, certain scenarios, but I usually opted for the weed.
I mean, I was in the service industry
Mm.
too. I used to like work at a restaurant, so we would normally like afterwards go. Okay, what's it called? What were we taking shots of? What was that thing with the deer on it? What is that shit?
Oh, Goldschlager.
No, Jägermeister.
Oh,
Whoa.
Jägermeister. You're right. Goldschlager. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
used
why I
to.
said Goldschlager.
I mean,
Yes,
they're in the same
Jägermeister.
family.
No, because
Goldschlager también
it's
sabe a rayo.
cinnamon.
It's gross
Blah, blah,
too.
blah. That's gross. That's
Yeah,
the first time I ever got really drunk
so
without that shit.
nasty.
So this next story is actually kind of funny because duh, when you read the headline, right? Okay, so this story is a study, guys. 87% of festival goers plan to use drugs.
I wonder how they have.
The cannabis most popular choice. I mean,
They had
cannabis
people
is
at
like what you're
festivals
doing
with
all
like,
day there.
their little clipboards.
They had
Yeah.
like a
What drugs are you
survey.
on? Okay. Sign right here. What drugs are you on?
They last festival season, they just were at every festival, taking
Yeah,
notes.
with their
Like, how did this
clipboards.
happen? How did this study
Yeah.
occur? It's probably a survey.
People accidentally took the survey at the festival they went to.
They were maybe they're conducting the surveys at the festivals.
Yeah. In the
What
middle of the
drugs are
crowd
you
while they're
doing?
dancing. Hey, what are you taking?
No, but
What your friend got over there?
all right. Oh man, we were even laughing at the picture, and now we
It
can't
was
look at it.
stock
Oh,
image.
I did make it. I did make
Look
it,
at
right?
you. You
Didn't I?
did. You did. You totally did. Did you
Did
do
I?
it?
No,
No. Oh.
I did. I did. Okay, so whatever. We'll throw it in there.
We'll slap it.
Okay, here it is right now, guys. Jesse's gonna put it in there. They do that for us. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So festival season is upon us, and a recent study finds that vast majority of attendees plan to use drugs to elevate their experience. It's the start
You'd
of
be a loser if you didn't, buddy.
it's like what that line in what's that movie? He's like, it'd be much cooler if you did.
Yeah. We're just gonna go eat jello at a festival.
It's the start of the new festival season as music lovers far and wide prepare for a summer full of multi-day events featuring some of their favorite artists and DJs, along with plenty of dancing. For many, the festival experience also involves consuming a variety of drugs to amp up the experience.
The more the better.
It's a plethora. So this year's drug safety at music festivals study. Oh, okay.
There you go with the clipboards.
Conducted by research firm Inner Body sheds additional light on the habits and plans of festival goers this year, while also addressing some of the best ways for folks to stay safe should they decide to consume some substances at these events. The study uses survey data, survey from 900 people.
Survey says.
And suggests that about 87% of festival attendees plan to take drugs, a 10% increase from last year's figure. Oh, so this is like an annual survey. They're just like keeping track of like how many festival goers consume different drugs.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Examining most popular festival drugs, genres, and events with most drug use. The study focuses on a variety of topics surrounding drug use at music festivals, beginning with the most popular substances that festival goers plan to use during the upcoming season. Alcohol is always a top substance consumed at festivals, but the study did not include it and focused solely on drug usage. That said, cannabis takes the top slot by far, with 65.3% of festival goers who plan to use drugs saying that they will consume cannabis.
I would think it's higher.
65%? Not enough for you?
Everybody's smoking.
Next year. We'll be back next year.
Let's see.
Authors note that the widespread legalization of recreational cannabis across the U.S. may make cannabis a less risky option for attendees. Cocaine was the second most popular choice.
Oh my.
46.5%. followed by psychedelics, 26.1% MDMA, 19.4% ketamine, 19.3% amphetamines, 13.7% opioids, 12.1% benzodiazepines, which we talked
Wait,
about.
no, I think you're reading it wrong. Right?
Oh, is it?
It's
Oh,
psychedelics 26.1%, MDMA
MDMA
19.4%,
19.4%,
ketamine
ketamine 19.3,
19.3, amphetamines
amphetamines
13.7,
18.7, opioids
opioids
12.1,
12.1,
benzos
benzos.
10.1,
Uh-huh.
synthetic drugs like bath salts or spice.
Ugh.
Really, they still be selling that
Why people
shit.
still do that? I've
9.7%.
never
Fuckers, get
even
off of that.
who's interested in that?
Hallucinogens like salvia or peyote 6.1%,
6.1%.
and inhalant 6%.
Well, we definitely fall into the 65.3%.
65.3%.
I fall into the 26.1 and the
Yeah,
19.4,
look at
which is
you.
the psychedelics and the MDMA.
Okay,
Shrooms
grandma.
always, bro. Shrooms always. Come on,
Does
it's
that all
fun.
fall into the psychedelics part?
Yeah, psychedelics is shrooms.
Psychedelics, man.
I don't know about ketamine. That's crazy.
Hey, man. People
I,
like, don't people have that in vapes these days? Anyways,
yeah. So
plans to use cocaine are up from last year's numbers. Though there was a 2% drop in the number of people who plan to use opioids. Well, that's positive.
that's
Which,
good.
yeah. I mean, not the cocaine part, though, you guys. Chill the fuck out.
The cocaine keeps people up all night.
Okay.
Lolo's like, I love.
Yeah, we had the little snow emoji now. I always think someone's saying cocaine, which authors noted as surprising given the continued opioid overdose epidemics, though still encouraging. The study found that rock, hip hop, and EDM are the genres most likely to have audience members under the influence of drugs.
Okay, they even asked what music they're listening to while there.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Or maybe that they just went to different kinds of concerts. With Wisconsin's Rock Fest claiming the top slot as a festival with the most anticipated drug use.
Yeah, maybe they're just asking what festivals do you attend, and then they list
That
all
smells
the
so
ones they attend.
funny. According to survey participants, the week-long Burning Man festival held in Nevada's Black Rock Desert took the second slot, while Coachella was the third place for most anticipated.
What was the first one?
The Wisconsin's Rock Fest. We should see who's playing that.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That's
who's
so-
playing that?
I would. And
I want
Bonnaroo
to look
didn't
up
even
who's
make the
playing
top
at the
3 list.
Wisconsin's Rock Festival.
Burning Man,
Wisconsin,
Coachella.
out of everything.
While Coachella was third place for most anticipated. That's crazy. So, festival drug concealment, consumption, and drug testing behaviors. The study also looked at drug concealment, consumption, and testing behaviors among those planning to consume for festivals, finding that just 32.6% bring their own drugs with them to the event, while the remaining 67.4% buy them at the festival.
Look who's a headliner.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
Could be full circle here, guys.
Yeah.
Last year's results found that 46% plan to bring their own drugs to the events. Millennials were the most likely generation to buy drugs at the venue rather than purchasing them beforehand. In regard to drug testing, a majority of 80.3% test their drugs before the event or festival, an increase from last year's approximately 67% figure. If you're buying it there, how can you test it unless you bring testing stuff? And I understand that, like, we always brought, it was a mix of things. You would bring some stuff, but some stuff you get there, because it's like, what you
Yo.
encounter.
We might be checking out Wisconsin Rock Festival.
I don't know.
They got a lot of really good.
They did. You're looking.
Yeah, they got a lot of really good. But we'll look afterwards. But
Yeah.
not because but
Okay, so this increase in testing could be due to more awareness surrounding the U.S. opioid crisis and the public education efforts that have taken place. Authors note. But while the data is encouraging, it still reflects the reality that 20% of festival goers could be taking potentially dangerous drugs at concerts. Concealing drugs in backpacks and pockets are the most common choices, and researchers also found that attendees tend to take drugs in one of 3 places with a fairly balanced distribution. The restroom, 29%. Wow, this survey is really thorough.
Yeah, seriously. They're
It's like, where would you
yeah,
consume it specifically? It's like, okay,
they're
so
just hanging out watching people and then checking things off in their check boxes.
the restroom, 29%, within the crowd, 31%, or outside the festival gates, 33%.
Health issues, risky behavior, harm reduction, and festival drug use. Though authors indicate that the broader prevalence of drug testing is encouraging, the study notes that more than half of survey participants said they had experienced health related issues that warranted medical attention while under the influence of drugs at festivals. We gotta be responsible, you guys.
Always.
The most common complications attendees experience were heat stroke, a bad trip, and dehydration.
Oh man, I've
Survey
seen some
also
crazy shit happen
found,
at festivals. We've had people like just pass out, like other people in the crowd, because of the heat. Because they're like, it's so hot, and you're standing in a crowd full of people.
yeah.
Sorry, I mean,
No, I know. I agree with
I've
you.
seen a lot of people pass out.
The most common complications attendees experienced were heat stroke, but we talked about that. The survey also found that drug use tended to lead festival goers to engage in riskier behavior at the events.
Riskier behavior, yeah. Like what? I'm wondering what they mean. Oh.
I don't know. We'll see. With 66% of both Gen Z and millennial respondents reporting that they had done so while attending festivals under the influence. Engaging in sex with a stranger was one of the most prevalent examples, most prominent among millennials, while only 1 in every 4 millennials also reported driving dangerously after a festival
Oh no, don't
ended.
drive. It's a camping fest.
I know, right? So I was thinking, go back to your
Go
tent.
go back to don't drive. Authors note that abstaining and testing drugs before using them are some of the best harm reduction methods. Though surveyed festival goers largely reported self education about the drugs they were using, the risks and potential side effects as their go to safety measure. The second most common strategy was starting with a low dosage, followed by drug testing. Being aware of your surroundings, remaining close to your friends, keeping hydrated, and familiarizing yourself with the location of medical tents are also easy and practical ways to help stay safe at music festivals. Authors close. Very important. This is good information. I thought it was very interesting. I'm glad we added it last minute.
I like the percentages of
I like
everything.
yeah, it was like crazy to know.
Cocaine second one.
I'm not surprised with that.
I thought they were gonna say like mushroom.
I thought mushrooms would be more,
but people are still on that yay.
People that drink. I feel that people that drink definitely.
Well, I mean, coke. God, because yeah, alcohol destroys you. Like,
yeah,
you need something to like get you out. Because I don't know. Yeah, I don't drink alcohol that much anymore, if ever, because I just feel so shitty after drinking it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like a poison. Yeah, like poison.
Even I love beer. I love craft beers, but IPAs I really don't fuck with anymore. Cause they could go straight to hungover.
But I did think that the psychedelics percentage would have been a little higher, but
hey, it's time for Livan Hernandez
to
show up.
Wait to get Livan the bobblehead. It's gonna be great. Until then.
I love you,
Jess. I love Miami too.
I love you, Miami. We're going to get a bobblehead from one of our beloved patrons who joined our community recently. And last show, we talked about how we wanted the bobblehead. And
I'm
we
so
wanted
glad
to try
she
to get
showed up in full force too. She was
Yeah.
like, "Hi," and then we just can't stop. Won't stop, can't stop.
I love it. I love it.
It's amazing.
So we're gonna go right into it. We have a couple stories for I Love You Miami. First one is investigation launched into possible fast testing scandal at South Florida Elementary School. Man, I saw this. I was like, what the fuck? And we were talking about the testing earlier. Oh, I forgot to talk about
Oh yeah, testing. I got the fast testing results back too. That's why I was like, fast test.
Yeah.
Because everybody takes this now.
Yeah, it's a Florida thing.
And it's like
it's a Florida standardized testing.
throughout the year they do it at the beginning and
Yeah,
the
they
middle and
have the
end.
first ones is like to see where they are, and then at the end to see how they've progressed and if they're gonna do well the next like year. So like it's like a scale of 1 to 5, and 3 is like they're testing at grade level, everything's good. And then 4 and 5 are a little older, bigger. So it's like I think the 4 ones like exceeds a little, will do really well in the next year or whatever, and then the ones like outstanding, like or whatever. Maybe I'll go into it. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm remembering it correctly. So here we go. So Coral Gables, Florida, Broward County, right here in Broward County. I saw that. I couldn't believe this. So school officials said they were investigating after reports of possible testing scandal at one of the district's elementary schools. It involves a 5th grade teacher at Eagle Ridge Elementary School located at, I don't need to say that address, and the state standardized Florida assessment of student thinking or FAST test. Stephanie Garcia said her 10-year-old daughter, I was going to say the name and I thought they were saying the 10-year-old's name and I was like, not going to say it, but then I realized I guess it's the mom's name. So Stephanie Garcia said her 10-year-old daughter had to retake the test Friday because she had received help from her teacher during the exam. Supposedly, the teacher was walking around and if she saw a student struggling, I don't know what that looks like. She was breaking out her phone with her calculator and doing the work for the student and showing the student an answer on the calculator, Garcia said. My daughter said she didn't ask for help. She didn't feel she was struggling and the teacher offered it without anyone asking. That's like what kind of pressure are they putting on these teachers for this to make sure that the testing is successful? That this teacher felt like that they needed to do that.
She added, I feel like the state should have said, okay, those results are invalid for this classroom for this subset based on teacher misconduct. Garcia said her daughter was asked to write a statement and put her name on it stating what had happened. After that, I reached out to the school and said, I'm not okay with this. I want you to tear up her written statement. She said, she's 10. She doesn't know the implications of giving a statement. Garcia added, I feel like parents should have been involved from the get-go. Parents should have the opportunity to be there when these students were being interviewed and writing these statements. A BCPS spokesperson released a statement on the matter Friday saying that the district is looking into what happened and that the teacher has been reassigned.
Sorry, I lost the mouse. The school's leadership was made aware of an allegation involving the recent administration of the Florida Assessment of Student Thinking FAST for math. The principal immediately notified the appropriate district staff and initiated an investigation which involves gathering statements to determine the facts of the situation. The investigation is ongoing. The school and the district also in communication with the state regarding the allegation and to ensure all proper protocols are being followed. To avoid any issues with the student scores, impacted students are retaking the FAST assessment. This is silly that they're going to make all these kids take these tests again. Those poor kids. The teacher involved is being reassigned pending the outcome of the investigation. Kathleen Brennan, Broward School spokesperson. That was her, what she said that.
A group of parents and students is also defending the teacher. I think that she knows what needs to be done. She might say, read carefully, pay attention. That's the help of any teacher they give a student before a test. You can do this. You're prepared for this, a parent said. I don't see her saying, this is the answer. You need to do this. You need to do that. A student said, personally, I don't think that it's fair because our graduation is in 1 week and it's not fair that our own teacher is not going to be in our graduation for what she has taught us the whole year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, so what are all these people calling this little girl a liar now?
No, they just find it hard to believe. But did they not see it? Maybe is it just that one little girl, or is there any other witnesses?
I don't know. Sounds like Stephanie Garcia's daughter's on a little island by herself. No, I don't know. She said, I don't mean to. I don't mean to pull out the claws. No, I think she had said like all the students to tear up all of their statements or whatever. I don't know. But This is interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know, but Keith Lee was in Miami. So we're
He
getting.
came here. He gonna rate it from 1
Wait,
to 10.
he came. He saw. Was it? Oh, what is it? He says. I came. I came. I bought it. I got it. Let's try it.
Let's
I
try
rated
it. I
1
rate
through
it 1
10.
to
I rated
10.
1 through 10 or something. I don't remember what he says, but whatever. If you don't know who Keith Lee is, where the fuck have you been? Because
Yeah, because he was
I guess
he blew
you're not
up.
on TikTok if you're not, if you don't know who Keith Lee is.
Yeah,
Basically, I guess.
I got it.
I got it. Let's try it and
I
rate it
rate
1
1 to
through 10.
10.
See Lolo's on it. So every restaurant TikTok food critic Keith Lee has visited Miami. Viral TikTok food Keith has viral TikTok food critic Keith Lee is in Miami reviewing hidden gem restaurants and food trucks you must check out. It says it again. Keith Lee is in Miami reviewing restaurants, and one of his favorite stops is Coop's Pit Barbecue. Okay, so
say it one more time. So say it one more time. No, Keith Lee
might be one of the most successful and viral food critics on social media. I just don't know.
I'll take over. It's okay. You can keep laughing. Lee, who's from Las Vegas, became a TikTok star seemingly overnight thanks to his engaging and honest food reviews. Below, you'll even see he's frank while reviewing his brother's restaurant. Well, you won't see it, but it's in there's a video and you can watch it. Because of his sincerity, he now has more than 16 million. Well, that's a lot. Followers on TikTok and 2 million on Instagram. Now, the food critic who travels the country doing restaurant reviews has made his way down to the 305
That's right.
to review some low-key ma and pa hole-in-the-wall spots and a few popular ones that embody the food scene in Miami. He took to Instagram and TikTok to ask his fans of millions of fans where he should go. Below, you'll find the exact hidden gems he's already hit up under the Magic City. 1. So this is his brother's restaurant.
I'll read it. I'm okay.
Go. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, this is the one where we saw the
recovered.
TikTok. Yeah, so he goes to his brother's restaurant, but he pays somebody else to get the food so that his brother doesn't know that it was him that ordered it.
Oh, come on.
So Braised by Kevin Lee, his brother's restaurant. Keith Lee's first stop in Miami was at his brother Kevin Lee's restaurant, Braised by Kevin Lee, where he spent $38 in food. In order for his brother not to notice he was there, Keith hired someone in the parking lot to order the food for him. This is why he gets paid the big bucks, people. Okay. So what? That's interesting. According to Keith, his brother Kevin first opened the restaurant as a pop-up in Las Vegas before he headed down to South Florida to open as a restaurant vendor at Yellow Green Farmers Market in Hollywood. Keith took to TikTok and Instagram to share his review and the experience. The people that ordered for us said the customer service was really good, he says. Since he wasn't able to order it in person, he ordered the short ribs with mashed potatoes and duck with potatoes and gravy. Duck. Have you ever had duck?
I've never had it. I would like.
I kind of want to go try braised after seeing the TikTok. So both came in major entree size portions. He braised all of this by hand. He adds the short rib. It did look very good. This short rib is tender and falling off the bone, he says. However, when it came to the duck dish, he had mixed feelings. It's tender and juicy, but not a fan of the sauce because it's tangy. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, he says. I couldn't be more proud.
Coop's Pit Barbecue food truck in a gas station parking lot. Let's just say that since Lee visited Coop's Pit BBQ, a food truck located between West Little River and Miami Shores, it's already gained more than 1,000 new followers on Instagram. That's the Keith Lee effect. In the review he posted on TikTok and Instagram, he explains that he and his family were driving around Miami on Memorial Day when they spotted the food truck smoking up the whole block. He spent $75.90 on the meal. He ran it by himself. Lee says the owner of the food truck, he's sweating smoking meat. Again, it smells so good. He ordered a whole chicken, a whole slab of ribs. Delicious. This is an excessive amount of food for $60. You could feed a whole family. He says, that's, expensive. It's like not for one per $60 for one person. No. He says, although
he always buys a lot of food though. So
although he says the ribs were very fatty, they were tender and juicy, and he loved the sauce. It's darn right delicious. That is gas, he explains. 8.7 out of 10. Has he been
8.7
into
is
a
pretty
chicken
high
wing?
for Keith Lee.
Similar reaction. I don't know what he's doing. I don't like the taste. No barbecue. I never had in my life. 8 out of 10. 8.8 out of 10.
So House of
Oh, I
Mac.
heard of this place. House
The
of Mac.
first popular spot he checks out. So House of Mac is popular, I guess.
Oh,
I've heard about this spot, but I have
yeah.
never been.
Me neither.
So House of Mac was the most requested restaurant in Miami. Lee received via his Instagram direct messages more than 60,000 requests.
Jesus
he says.
Lord.
So he went to check it out himself. He spent $95. He ordered the truffle fries, the Keith's favorite burger, a side of sweet cornbread, and mac and cheese sampler platter filled with flavors and 3 different lemonades. As a self-proclaimed truffle fry connoisseur, he was upset over the fry tasting as if it came from the freezer. Ooh, that is a burn. So he gave it a 3 out of 10. Damn, Keith. Although the loaded mac and cheeses were pretty, he rated them pretty low, with some being a 3 out of 10 and some 6 out of 10.
You know, I've been to specialty Mac restaurants and I've never had a good experience. I think they always promise too much and give too little. Under deliver, really.
Yeah.
Mr. Vert's Kitchen, Haitian food truck in North Miami Beach. I saw the pictures for this
I
one.
heard this is the one he rated the best.
Lee has tried plenty of his Haitian food truck though, too. I mean, if you're gonna get Haitian food, it's fucking here in Miami, especially North Miami.
Yeah.
Lee has tried plenty of different cuisines from around the world, but there's one cuisine he isn't truly knowledgeable of, nor is he too fond of: Haitian food. That's why he had to stop by Mr. Vert's Kitchen, a popular Haitian food truck in Miami, to see if it could change his mind about the cuisine. Here, he spent $48.25. Before we get into the rest of this, I'm hoping so bad that he has the fucking, what's it called? The pork, the griot, and the pickles.
Okay.
Okay. He ordered. He says his family gave the food a 9 out of 10. He ordered a chicken pate cote, a Haitian patty with pickles, which is a Haitian vegetable relish. So good. They never give you enough fucking pickles. I want to buy a whole fucking sack of that shit. Which is it's vegetable Haitian relish, chicken, onion, and bell peppers. A platter of griot, very good. Fried pork meats.
She's like,
yeah, you have to have that. If you go, you cannot go to a Haitian food truck and not have that. Fried pork meats with fried plantains, yeah, and a turkey frite, a fried dish composed of turkey, fried bananas, marinades, pickles, love that shit, and more. He also ordered a side of pickles. As he should, because they never give you enough. He started with the pate codi, which, to his pleasant surprise, contained a whole boiled egg inside. Ooh. Once he bit the chicken portion of the patty, he was surprised how juicy and well seasoned it was, but he felt as though there was a lot of dough. Besides this, he said the dish was an excellent score. I feel like some of this stuff, they could just go to the video and watch it. But next, he went for the fried griot. Let's see what he says. Which even he exclaimed.
He didn't say what he rated it. The first thing.
He said the dish was an excellent introduction to Haitian food and rated 7.9 out of 10, a high score for Lee. Next, he went for the fried griot, which he even exclaimed looked better than most fried turkey he had ever had. Turns out it was pork and not turkey. Everybody knows that. When paired with the pickles, he was ecstatic at the flavor combination. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good.
That's really good.
Then he took another bite of the fried pork, but paired it with a fried plantain and pickles. One bite was all it took for his eyes to widen and said 8.5 out of 10. That's the best food I had today. So far, Mr. Vert's Kitchen has been the spot he's praised the highest.
8.5.
Damn, bro, I want to get some griot and pickles.
Well, we got to check out this Mr. Vert's Kitchen.
So yummy.
Now this place is going to have the Keith Lee effect and have like a line out the door all the time.
There is a food truck that's that comes by my hood, and I've gotten their griot and pickles, and they always give me a little I want to buy it like kimchi. I want to buy it like I could buy kimchi at the store. There's got to be a Haitian grocery store over there in North Miami.
Yeah, for sure.
Next week.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a re-air.
Yeah, bro, but you guys love Cheyenne Davis from Teen Mom on MTV. We're going to bring her back for a little interview.
One of our most popular interviews and episodes like that aired. So we want to give it a highlight during our interview series that we're doing, our new interview series on our other weeks. So tune in next week to see the Cheyenne Davis episode. She is a pot smoking mom like us.
Yeah, and she's been on MTV for what, 15
Yeah.
years?
I don't know about 15 years, but probably close to 10 or
sorry.
something. Because even before she did Teen Mom, she was like on the
She was on-
challenge. That's how she met her first baby daddy.
Yeah, she
Oh.
was in Toddlers and Tiaras.
Yeah, and yeah. So check it out.
Check it out.
I'm pretty ripped from that.
Hey, yeah, seriously.
Like,
Whoa.
I lit this.
Whoa. Oh, and we
but-
got some gummies too, and we
Oh my
didn't even
God.
try those.
But we have reached the end of the show.
It's
I am
time
so
to
Jesse.
butcher.
I'm so sorry, Jesse. I did a horrible job coordinating.
You didn't.
this.
You didn't do horrible.
I did not put anything.
It's time to put your bongs away.
We've reached the end of the show.
Hey, thank you so much for sticking around and listening to all of our bullshit. And
And
thank you
s-
too for coming back and listening to our interview series and telling us how you like that. We love that when you do that.
Yes, thank you so much, and a special thank you to our patrons. So to our OG patrons, and in the rotation we have Yanni,
Destiny,
Lauren,
Christy,
Denise,
Peaches,
Meredith,
Natalie,
Adelina,
Jenny,
Catherine,
Jesse,
Diane,
Gavin,
Leslie, and Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing a few of you this weekend. Well, this weekend, yes, this weekend, but not this weekend.
Yeah, you know, though, yeah. Anytime we see you, it's quite the treat.
But become a patron for early access to episodes, additional content, vacations, meetups, Discord server where we have our regular, almost daily sessions, sometimes multiple times a day. We do watch-alongs in there, watch TV shows together. It's a lot of fun. So come join our little community.
Come on over, subscribe, rate, review, and share our content. PotsmokingMoms.com. See you next time.
Bye, guys. Why did you sound like that?
Why not?